It's And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster, touching base with you as I always do every day. How are you guys doing? It is a new day. I'm with my crew. That makes me happy.
Yes, we're here. We're here,
They make
and
me
some
happy.
of us are queer.
Jesus. So what's going on, y'all? What's going on? How did you spend your holiday? The holiday is now behind. Well, the beginning part of the holiday is behind us. We're now moving into Christmas.
It's
How
the
are you
holiday season.
Did you guys survive? Did you survive Thanksgiving? Or did you do anything special? Did you do anything crazy? Or did you just relax and spend time with family?
Relax and spend time with family.
Ah,
Yeah, we didn't do a lot of traveling because we had just come back from Hawaii. So
Hawaii. Yes.
yeah, we didn't want to do any more traveling because that was a long travel.
You guys were out there. Yeah,
Four,
that's a flight. How long is the
14
flight?
So our travel day going was 14 hours. Coming back was 12. We
Mhm.
had. Have I been on since? Yeah, I was on last week Wednesday, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's been a minute. It's been a
Go
minute.
here last Wednesday, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, but going there, we had to change flights because they couldn't find the pilot. One of the
same.
one-
Yes.
yeah. So lucky enough, we were able to switch, and we actually landed in Hawaii a little bit about a half an hour earlier than we originally planned, and we ended up in a different city for our transfer point, which was fine, but it all
Mhm.
worked out. But it's a long flight, but it was worth it. I want to go back.
I want to go to Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii, and
Oh,
I
I
heard
loved it.
so much about it. Like I was saying, sharing with you guys earlier, Puerto Rico is so beautiful. I just fell in love with the people, the food, the culture, the feeling of being in Spain, and it was just. I mean, I was sharing earlier, but I really believe it is our stepchild
It
as a
is.
state territory, and it has so much to offer. Like I said, the people were so kind. And I was all over Puerto Rico. I was in some of the poorest neighborhoods, some of the richy neighborhoods, some of with the best hotels, just locals hanging out on the beach. It was I so and then I met a New Yorker that was from Brooklyn, that was from Park Slope, and we're at this restaurant eating.
You met your people.
I said, and so they heard my accent. We Brooklyn folks have an accent, and she was originally from Puerto Rico, but she and her partner bought a house, and they sold it. They just recently I think she said 5 years ago, they sold their house. I was like, "Ooh, y'all got a pretty penny for that house," because she was saying, "Oh, you didn't do too well." Because we were talking about me selling my apartment and all that stuff. We were talking about, oh, 'cause my boy was like, "Oh, he should come live here in Puerto Rico," and I was like, I don't know. I still got 2 years to decide this, but we just had this great conversation while we were waiting for our food, and they decided to sell their brownstone, move to Puerto Rico, bought a home there, now living their best life, eating. So we had a good time. It was just good to just meet just travelers are the best people. They just
Yeah,
love to
because you're
communicate.
happy.
Yeah, everybody's just
Yeah,
talking.
you know what? The funny thing I realized, and this, you and I talking about this, um, you didn't want to come back to the mainland. Like you rather just stay in like Hawaii or Puerto Rico. I mean, because the atmosphere is just different.
It's
It's
not America.
different. It doesn't feel like it,
No, it did not feel
even
like
though
a
it is, but it
we
doesn't.
kept saying, my buddy and I kept saying, and then two other friends ended up being there as well. So we met up with them. Then we went to Vieques, this island, the larger island off of Puerto Rico, we did it 2 days in a row, so it was so good. But we went. I went to go there. My main purpose was to photograph the horses, which I will show some of the photos from it. But I don't know what it is. Now I'm trying to see there's a trend line. Wherever there are horses, they just wild horses, the mosquitoes and the flies that attack. Like remember I did the photos of when I was in Virginia at Chickateague, and I got tore up by those mosquitoes. Well, Puerto Rico. I was in Ponce, Puerto Rico, and I talked to the folks there, and I was like, I said, now, I said these Puerto Rican mosquitoes, no one has anything on them. I mean, they tore as soon as the sun set, they came out with a vengeance, and we were, I mean, tore, and I mean not just bites. We had welts all over our
Well,
arm.
here, you know what that is, right? It has everything to do with that you're not a local, and they can smell it in your blood.
Well, they tore us up. We were walking around with lumps, literally lumps on our arms. It was so painful. It was so, I mean, and when they came, I mean, literally you can feel it just going, I mean, it was just like this on your skin. It was, oh, there's somebody else in the building. Are you going to answer the door, Chris?
I'll answer the door. Good morning.
Elise, what's going on, Elise?
The
gang is back.
The whole gang is back.
Puerto Rico was so much fun, and it's so good to be back here, back home with family, and it was so. They were like, "When you coming home? When you coming home?" So this is home, and it feels good to have and to be able to say this is home. And thank you to Adrian and Nancy and Donovan and Darian, and we had so much fun just catching up yesterday. But anyway, enough about me. Elise is in the building, and so do share. How did you guys spend your Thanksgiving?
We started out the week celebrating our anniversary. So
Yes, happy anniversary.
The whole weekend, really. So our kids treated us well.
That's awesome.
Yes,
I love the photos.
The photos.
They were dressed and out on the town.
I was like,
yeah, the hotel, the massage.
Oh, you got a massage?
Oh yeah, I told my husband we need to go and get that on a regular basis.
You guys celebrated how many years? So folks will know. Is it 50 years?
50 years, yeah.
50 years of
golden anniversary.
Ding, 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 ding.
Absolutely. We went to of course we stayed at Salamander down on the wharf. And everything, like my husband is funny because he needs to know everything. Well, they made everything a surprise, right? Except for the first restaurant. They sent he and I to the first restaurant just by ourselves on that Saturday. Sunday, we ate at our favorite Chinese restaurant with the whole family. And then Monday, and then they sent us to a hotel. So my husband was like, "What hotel?" It's like, "Oh, the car is going to pick you up and take you to the hotel."
Nice.
He was like, "I need to go where?" I said, "You don't need to know anything. The driver just needs to know. I don't care. I know it's not going to be bad, so I'm going to be fine."
Wow.
We did that, and then I treated him to lunch after massages.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then our kids, arranged the car to come pick us up and take us to dinner. And he was like, "Where are we going?" I was like, "They have a car coming."
He's like me. I want to know what's going on, where we're going, what's happening, who's picking us up. I'm checking the details. My buddy Dwight was like, my buddy Dwight was like, "Dude, I got it." I was like, "Did you make sure? Did you make sure?" I said, "Okay, you got it. I'm just gonna shut up."
Yeah, and so it was a great restaurant. It's Marcus DC. I've never gone to his restaurant in Harlem, but the Marcus DC one is Marcus Samuelson. So Marcus DC is a really, really good restaurant. The food was amazing.
Nice.
And I'm a tough
Nice.
food critic. So
Mm.
they had some sweet potatoes. I'm telling you, if you ever come to DC, you need to go get those sweet potatoes. And it came, and the way their entrees are, the entrees come family style.
Oh,
You can get it all, and that's the way it was at the other restaurant. So that when you order a fish, it's a fish.
Yes.
Eat everyone at the table. And it had things that came with, so that was really nice. And then for and we were there until we were to that Tuesday morning. And so on Thanksgiving, my daughter came over, and she and my niece, my granddaughter, actually ended up like fixing food together. So that was a good part about that. And I was like, I was telling my mother, I said, I gotta make some cornbread dressing. We don't call it stuffing because we don't put anything in a bird. So I had to channel my mother, and it came out really well. So we had a good time. It was nice and quiet, and the family was here. My came in for the anniversary. He flew out on Tuesday to London. So he spent from Tuesday until yesterday in London.
Wow,
nice.
Yeah, so he's like, I still enjoy your life.
Because you're the one usually traveling anyway, so it's good to see him traveling too.
I know, and he got a job, and he had interviewed for it, and I said, look, what do you want? Let's pray for it. God's gonna give it to you. So, so I don't know. He said I was still doubting. I told him, I said, we're not doubting anything. We're not putting negativity in the air. And so he got back yesterday and got an email as soon as he got in that he had gotten the job. So
congrats.
So Thanksgiving was good. Weather was cold. It's still cold here in DC. Ron can have all the cold he wants. If I need to, I can.
I love the cold. I was so glad to come back to the cold, but I did enjoy the summer. I did enjoy the heat of Puerto Rico. It was humid, but it was still tolerable.
I need some heat. Yeah. That's the only time Texas starts looking good.
I want to go to Texas. I want to go to Texas, but I can only go to Texas. I gotta make sure all my people are there. They're not traveling. They're all there, so I can see them all when I come to Texas. So Texas is on my list. So listen, good morning, some folks. Adrian was the first person in the building with a gold star today. He says, top of the morning. And Rennie says, good morning. And then she got the silver this morning. And Jazzy gets the bronze. She says, good morning, beautiful people. And then also as they go on, Adrian says, the Avengers have united. Here
yes.
We are all here, the Avengers. And Brian Young is in the building. He says, what up, Doe, fam? And Fifi's in the building. She's in the building as well. Brian says, happy holidays. Elise says hello to everyone through there. Dr. Tachi says, good day all. And we must acknowledge Bryson. And he says, top of the morning, freshing off from the beach house in North Carolina in Thanksgiving weekend for 4 days from Tuesday to Saturday. Welcome back, Bryson. And Kimmy Kim is in the building. She says, hi, Ron. Welcome back. Hi, G and Chris. And Kelly A is in the building. She says, good morning, everyone. So make sure you hit the likes if you're in the building. That makes the algorithms know that we're here. And Adrian says, funny, I loved Hawaii, but don't feel the need to go back.
Oh, no, I have to go back.
There's so many islands to see in Hawaii, isn't it?
Yeah, there are. But we were on Honolulu and loved every minute of it.
Man, I think you have to be there for a month to really enjoy Hawaii. Just my thinking. And Bryson said, what's up, Ron? What's up, Chris? What's up, Gwendolyn? What's up, everybody? Hope everybody is enjoy their Thanksgiving weekend. Now we are heading to Christmas weekend. Yes, we are. Are you guys excited about Christmas?
I am. I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday of the year.
Oh my gosh.
I started decorating November 2nd.
Chris is like the Christmas warlock. His whole house is already.
I
He's already been done with the Christmas. Got extra trees and everything else. And same here. I came in the door as I pulled in, and Nancy had made the whole house a Christmas wonderland. It's all Christmas. I said you would have a hard time. It would be hard pressed to become a Scrooge in this house.
yeah, love
We're
it.
leaving the country for Christmas. So we're gonna
Really?
travel.
You gonna be what?
We're gonna go to Mexico City.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we got the whole family's gonna go. So,
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Oh, at least you have to tell me what Mexico City is like. One of my buddies
my
lives there.
children
and
love it.
I want to go one day. I've never been to Mexico City.
I've never been to Mexico City.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, my children love it, which is, and my younger children go all the time. They go back and forth to Mexico City all the time. They love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
They
I
love
didn't know
Mexico.
it's that kind of place.
I don't know what it's like, but they love it.
Well, you know,
I went years
you're
ago.
about to find out, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna find out. Look, you know my husband. I told you he likes to know everything. And then he's like, 7 days, that's a long time. I say, what are you gonna do? You're retired. You haven't put those away. So
I would love to
he's
be
already
a
reading
spy.
about it. So I was like, I know we go to vacation. Don't wake me up in the morning and say, let's walk somewhere. No, don't do it.
Is he a morning walk? That's right. He does 6 miles every day, right?
He walks every day, all day.
6 miles.
And then he likes to wait, you need it. If you go on vacation with my husband, you're gonna need rest after you go on vacation. Right? It's a lot.
Well, you know what you married.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
He keeps you excited about life. That's a great thing.
Yeah. He just walked in. I think he just came back in the house.
Gwendolyn, do you have anything planned for Christmas? I mean, you'll be back. You'll be back, right? So
We don't celebrate Christmas.
Oh, you don't celebrate Christmas? Okay.
No.
Okay. So I'm not the only humbug. Well, I used to be
Well,
humbug.
No, it's not a humbug. It's just it's not a holiday that I mean we haven't celebrated as a family. We have not done it in like years, like 20.
Wow.
So-
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's not something that we do.
I get that. Nothing wrong with that.
Lots of people
when I-
that don't celebrate Christmas.
A lot of
Yeah.
people don't. I talked to my buddy, one of my good friends. He said, I said, what are you guys doing for Christmas? He goes, we don't celebrate Christmas. I said, really? So I mean, there's a lot of people that don't celebrate Christmas.
I guess they say then they want us to answer the question, why do we celebrate it so enthusiastically?
Yeah, that's their question to
I mean,
us.
I like the music. So I mean I'll play that, but there's no decorations, there's no tree,
No tree, no wreath.
You know what? I think it's to each his own. Like for me, it brings back really good memories of my childhood and just being around family and friends. So that's why I love it.
Yeah.
Well, we when I was at my great time in Charlotte, I could not believe that it was almost 3 weeks that I was there, and so two of the days, Nia was like, it's time. Well, she had already decorated some of the house when I arrived, but then she went all in. Oh, I saw this, I saw that. So next thing you know, she's out to shop, and then next thing you know, they're putting the garland around the door and putting the lights outside the house and doing everything. And I photographed them doing that. It was so much fun. It was great to watch them, Mimbo and Nia, just kind of how they put things together and working together, getting the house all together. And then the neighbors were like, oh, we love what you did. So now the Mimbo had to go to other people's houses to help with the decorations. I was like, really?
My niece yesterday said she was gonna get her neighbor to come up because she paid him to do her yard because his looks so nice.
See, I told Nia, I said, Nia, there's a whole industry for you. And then one night we went for a drive through the area that, with all these huge, I mean, these are like mech mansions. These are like huge, super mansions. And the way they decorate their homes and the money that is spent on the lighting and the theater of Christmas. And I was like, wow, But yeah, I like the Christmas lights. I love just looking at the houses, the Christmas lights. When I was a kid, my aunt used to pack us into the car, and we would go driving through all the neighborhoods and looking at what the decorations look like. That's one of my favorite parts about Christmas.
Yeah.
That I never stop loving.
That's why New York is. I love New York at Christmas time.
The lights.
Yeah,
It's true that it becomes a city of light like Paris.
Yeah.
reason, but I love going.
Anything on your minds today, guys? Anything that's like happening in the world? This is our water cooler conversation day. Anything that's happening in the world that you want to talk about?
I mean, we know there's so much, and I just don't want to even give them any airtime, and I'm not going to personally.
I mean, we already know the.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Go ahead, Gwen.
I have one.
Go ahead, Gwen.
I do have one, and since we're still in the light mood, I would like to keep it there. But can we talk about the people who stood at line for Target?
That's hilarious.
It got a pack
For
of
what?
Uno cards.
What? When did wait?
They were
I don't know about
upset.
this. Please, you gotta.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Please
Black
paint the
Friday.
picture.
Because
Tell us about
Black
that.
I love a good deal of retail news, but Target had spoke about this really big gift that they were giving away to the first 100 customers, and people were waiting out line in the cold and bundled up, and they handed out tickets that said you're number 2, you're number 14, and blah blah blah. And it's this really big bag, this really big swag bag. I mean, it was a good size bag.
Shiny.
In that bag are like 4 or 5 little things. There's a pack of Uno cards. There was like, I think some Elf cosmetics and like a sample of tea or something. It wasn't even worth the time. Now look, everybody you pick and choose where you want to shop. But here's my thing about retailers. Because personally, if I'm gonna wait outside for something, and I haven't done a Black Friday thing since like way back when I did it one time, and I was like, it ain't even worth it. It's just not worth it. Okay. But if I'm gonna wait outside for something, and then this is what you give me, the bag had to be at least like maybe 18 by like 24. It was a good size bag to have
with
like
nothing in it.
little things in there. I was
All
like,
right.
what? Like, who decided?
Can I comment on that?
It wasn't even a nice card. It wasn't even a nice Uno card, Dix. It was just a regular box.
Regular box.
Can I comment on that?
Regular box. So in my head, I thought as a consumer, and I keep saying it, people are going to have to start putting their foot down on what they will and will not accept. Like I got a whole thing about subscriptions for next year. That's a topic I am like really, really feeling some kind of way about, because I just believe that we are oversubscribed to things at this point. It has gone too far. But tell me that you don't respect me as a consumer by giving me in some raggedy ass bag.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing.
Trinkets.
These people, they got exactly what they deserved. We all know that Target, they know that Target ain't nothing but shit right now. And what they're doing is they're peddling to the to bring people back, the consumers back. You should have known that there was gonna be nothing in there. And then on top of it, if you were blacking in that line and you got that bag, good for you. You got exactly what you deserve. Nothing. Because they wasn't giving you nothing all year long. You thought that they was gonna give you something for free. And what do we know about things? There's nothing in this world for free. So you got what you deserve, a cold kicking ass.
And I totally agree, Chris. I totally agree. And the Target's on the corner from my house, but I didn't see any lines at the Target on the corner from my house. And I wanted to go out there and put a sign and say, shame on you if you're shopping at Target. But I was like, but they got exactly what they deserve. You shouldn't have been in Target #1. And on Black Friday, and you lined up for a stupid bag. But
But
you know what
then,
happened to the Target here?
They didn't get the memo though. They didn't get the memo.
no,
But
well,
you know,
here's the other part too, though. It's the pricing, because somebody went around and they were peeling back the sale
Back the price.
pricing to show the real pricing. Now, the first time I caught wind of that was at Kohl's, again, years ago. Years ago, I wanted to get this particular party sort of thing. It was like for drinks and stuff. And we have a party, like we have this really big party place in Houston, so you can buy things kind of like at what you call it, like an outlet price, if you will, because it's like it's that big. Commercial pricing, that's the word, commercial pricing. So when I did the math, they would jack up stuff and then say, hey, if you use your Kohl's cash and blah blah blah, it's now this. Is like, but it's not a deal, right? So someone went around, I don't know whose video it was, but they went around, they were peeling back the sale signs showing the real price.
The real price.
And I was like, at some point as consumers, y'all gonna have to start talking with your wallet. Like you really do, because people will not do right
Yes.
if you keep allowing them to do this stuff. I don't know, what else needs to happen for you to say, you know what, I'm so sick of y'all. I'm just so sick of it. Take your business to like some other place, some small business, some local farmer. Do that, because they could care less. There is no care. There's no concern.
And they've been doing it for years, because I worked at one of the department stores here when I first got here in DC. So it's been over 40 years. And that's what we did. Oh, we're having a sale. I was in stock, right? So I knew that I was putting out stuff that was older than probably one of their kids. You put it out there, put it on sale. It's just and the markup, seeing it, because I'm placing the orders for stuff. The markup on stuff, they were buying stuff for like $2. Say $2 and selling it for $20.
Yes.
I was like, I'll never do this.
1,000%. I mean,
okay.
I used to work in retail. I don't forget my first time working in retail, and we were tagging everything, but we got the real prices with the manufacturer. Right. And I said, this rag costs 50 cents. And it would be on the floor for like $12. I was like, 50 cents, $12. And then we saw some stuff that was like 10 cents. And it was like another $10, $15. And we're like, even when retailers have sales, it's not a sale.
Listen,
they're still making lots of money.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's just be clear. Retail is in business to make money. They're not in the business to lose money. So when you see them saying, oh, this is severely marked down and on sale, it might look like that to you, but they didn't, like you said, they paid pennies on the dollar, and they're still making money. They're still making profit. They're not making as much profit, but what they do is they make it up in volume.
Right.
Volume.
I get that part. But like, okay, so Anthropologie, which is owned by Urban Outfitters.
Yeah.
Notorious for some of their foolery. I mean, notorious. And what really got me, though, is they would have an item that was damaged or it was torn, and they were like, well, we can give no more than 10% off. I was like, ain't nobody buying that.
You can keep it.
They would not go below. And I thought, okay, so what you gonna do with it? Because your customer's not buying it. And a lot of that stuff, some of it would come from Free People, which is their private label, but they would jack it up in that particular store.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy? It's what they do.
And I mean, I had a friend who's an influencer. I won't talk about the names on this person, but she got banned from that company. She couldn't believe it. She was like, wait a minute. I'm promoting and you banned me. I can't even go shopping there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
They banned her.
Wait,
they are not
our
a
Target. Our local
company.
Our local Target story here is that the one on 14th Street, which is in a majority Hispanic neighborhood, everybody came to town and shut it down.
Really?
Tamika Mallory was here. Jamal Bryant was here.
Oh wow.
It was so many people in there protesting. They put everybody out and closed the doors and said people can't come in. They shut it down.
Wow.
On Black Friday.
Dr. Tachi says
they were showing themselves going up the escalator. I was like, I wasn't going out any place on Black Friday. And
No
it's so
way.
funny. Even little shops like I've been doing a lot of crocheting. So Michael's is like, here's the sale. I was like, my husband, I had to go pick up something real quick the other day. My husband's like, oh, they have the yarn and you can get 2, buy 1 free. Get 1 free. I was like, no, I'm just gonna wait until they finish with this sale. I can go back and get a real discount on my yarn.
Off.
So I go back and get 6. When I ended up with 6 different things of yarn for $20. After they finished the cycle, everybody who doesn't know any better, after they got them, I went back to the normal stuff because they did the same thing. They jacked it up for Black Friday, and people,
all of them do it.
Yes, they do it.
Yeah.
They do it. They hike the price along the way. Look, see, I've been worked in retail pretty much almost 20 years. No, about 15 years. 15 years in retail. And let me tell you, the stuff you see, you just can't believe it. You just like, the thing doesn't cost this much. And this is why I never buy anything unless I can get 50% or more. Because I know they're still making out like bandits.
right?
Yeah. They're in business to make money.
Jazzy said, if you work for the limited brand, you would know that if you live in the Midwest, they would get their clothes from the coastal states that were severely used to mark down and sell them as brand new.
I saw that in Kansas, first Kansas City, Kansas.
Wow.
I was like, what is Macy's doing out here? It was pure trash out there. I was like, what is this? It's a ghetto Macy's. I was like, this is all the stuff that Macy's got rid of. I think you can look at it because my daughter at the time, was she working for Macy's? I don't know if she was working for Macy's. No, she wasn't working yet. But we looked at that stuff and we was like, this is not in the Macy's.
This is not in the main, or if it was in the main store, it didn't sell. And so now they're putting it to other places in the country.
It was weird out there.
But I mean, it's just like a lot of these other places, like these Home Goods and Ross. Like a lot of that stuff is coming from all the other bigger brands that don't sell it during the season and they heavily discount it. And actually, those are probably some of the better places to get stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to always say we used to go up to Woodbury Commons and here in New York State, in the Catskills. And so
She's having a holy tears moment.
I know.
Back
Look,
in the day,
going to Woodbury Commons,
that was like Walt Disney
it's
World.
an adventure. You get on the bus with everybody else who's getting on the bus to go out. You do all your shopping. You come back. That is the thing. That is the thing. I was writing the other day about sample sales in New York City. Like that was the thing.
Those are good.
Yes.
Yeah, no, sample sales are really good.
If you
And don't have
sales.
there was
have an
a
insider
time where the sample sale was, who's having a sample sale? Oh, that's Anna Sweet, that's Comme des Garçons, that's the French Connection, and you would go find whatever warehouse they had it, and you would make out. But things are different now because once they started making items for the outlets, for the outlet mall.
That's where I was going. See,
exactly.
Gwendolyn, you know how we roll. Because you would go to, I used to always go to my 3 main stores: Ralph Lauren, Nautica, and I would also go to, back then it was Tommy Hilfiger. So those were my Wall Street days. And we used to get in the car, go up to Woodbury Commons, get all the best stuff. And this was real stuff.
Right.
And this is before this was the
Years
real
ago.
stuff. Like it maybe had like a nick something, a little damage here. It was just, but you knew the stitching was maybe slightly off, whatever.
Yeah.
But you were like, I'm sporting my Ralph Lauren
Like
sweater.
whatever.
However,
It's different now.
Then I started to trend over to Banana Republic. I love a Banana Republic because it's like it feels good for travelers. Yes,
It's classic. It's classic. Something you can wear season to season.
Yeah.
The Gap, I don't like their fit model. It does not fit me. So sorry, not sorry.
For my body type, it worked. So, and we knew about Old Navy was and then you had the Gap.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you have Banana Republic, which was, so then people start shopping. And then next thing you know, like Gwendolyn just said, is then they start coming out with the Gap Factory. So you go to the factory store, which is I read was not the same as
No.
it has nothing to do with the original brands. Also, you have the Banana Republic factory store.
Mhm.
It did not have anything to do with the products that was sold in
In the
Banana
actual
Republic.
Right.
So they, like Gwendolyn said, they caught on to the idea of folks who were going to the outlets, and then they created a whole nother just for the outlets, and
Yep.
cheaply made from some bootleg country. I want to say it that way, but some place that they paid 50 cents for that sweater, and then
But
you
you
think
know-
you're getting a good deal.
I mean, in actuality, all of them are doing the same thing. All of them come
Yes,
from
but
the
it
same
was on a
country. They
greater
just
scale.
make a different line. That's all the same country. But I'm gonna tell you about Banana Republic. That dress I had on for my anniversary, Banana Republic felt
There you
awful
go.
good. I took that picture and I told my son, I said, "Oh, you're gonna take a picture of the back of this dress." I bought it for the back.
So I got it for the back.
I bought it for the back.
Man.
Yeah,
But
their
yeah.
fit model has always been. I mean, it's I don't know. You know, every single company has their own fit model.
Yes.
But the fit model for the Gap is, and I mean, like their entire like Gap, Old Navy, Banana Republic. It is just a different body type that does not work well for me. So I don't even bother. It's like I don't bother.
Their dresses work really well for me.
Yeah.
The dresses are good for me, but I don't know about the Gap. No, the dresses work really well on me.
Banana
Well,
Republic,
Banana
baby.
Republic dress. Now it's different. Banana Republic in the U.S. and Banana Republic in the U.K. We looked at
Okay.
so it's different. Like they
Listen
carry
to me.
some different
This-
stuff over there.
The stores in Europe and especially like in England are very different from the ones in the US. We noticed that last year when we were there. The quality is different, and even like the cuts are a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more pricey, but I think the quality is better overseas. Period.
Yeah,
Well,
they make
you
better
know,
overseas
again,
also.
I always go to the mindset of whenever I'm in Europe or I'm in other countries, and I go to the restaurants, and I look at the first thing I look at is always the ketchup bottle, and I look at the ketchup
the ingredients.
bottle, the ingredients.
I was like, what are we looking at the
I go
ketchup
to a
bottle?
restaurant, and every time I'm in a restaurant in Europe, I said, "Wait a minute, this is the same. It looks the same as the American ketchup."
It's not.
And it's the same brand as the one in America, and you say, but you look at when you come to America and you see high fructose corn syrup, all these other additives.
It's not
all this
allowed.
stuff.
They
It's
can't
against the
use
law to put all those things over there.
right.
You can't use that stuff,
You can't
You can't
poison your
use it.
people.
Yeah,
and that's why their food tastes better.
I was looking at some vitamins on a vitamin aisle today. You know, the little gummy things.
Yes.
I looked at one, and it had high corn syrup. Why is that in a vitamin?
Yes.
Why the people who are using gummy? If you're doing a gummy vitamin, please start reading labels so you know what you're
Yes, the
putting in your mouth
gummies.
for
They're
your
so
body,
good.
because it shouldn't have high fructose corn syrup. in
Yes,
it.
you don't need high fructose
Yeah.
corn syrup.
I mean, you're trying to take vitamins to help
healthier.
boost your system and be healthier, and
Right.
yet and still they're still pumping you full of all this trash and garbage.
Right.
Yeah. America. It's
Yeah, and
the
one of the things
American way.
Hold
One
on.
of the
Speaking
things
of
I know
that,
about men's clothes in Europe and Canada, the fabric. Oh my God,
oh, it's different. It's
fabric
different.
on men's clothes. I went to Canada. We went to Toronto, and we had the kids. We were shopping on went in this men's store. I was so fascinated by the store myself.
You bought some stuff.
I didn't know. I was just in there feeling the fabric. Because the
Ma'am, can you stop feeling the clothes
men's
up?
clothes
Ma'am,
and
you are
fabric.
feeling
It's like,
too
what
many
is that,
clothes.
velvet?
It was like the fabric that they use for men's clothing, the pants, the ties. It was totally different, and so much. The quality was so much more elevated, and you can
Yeah.
see it and feel it.
It's the truth.
Hold on. Can we go back for a second because we were talking about food and with things we can't put in there? Can we talk about this Campbell's executive that just got fired?
Oh, shucks.
Like,
Go
sir,
ahead, kid, take it away.
what were you
First,
thinking?
you gotta lay the work. You gotta lay the. You
All
gotta.
right, so
lay
if I remember correctly, he was caught on a hot mic talking about how Campbell's food was processed like no, what's the term? Were they a synthetic meat that they have in their like stuff?
Right.
And they didn't know what it was.
Right, and it was for poor people, and only poor people eat their food. And I'm just like,
I don't even eat it anymore.
right, and like you're an executive, and you're saying these things about it, your own product. And I mean, eventually they did fire him eventually. But I mean, this just shows you the level of competency of the good people that they're hiring at these companies, and then also what they're doing with our foods. You have to read the labels.
And so thinking about why he got fired, right? Yes, he was on a hot mic, but he also got fired because he told the truth about what they were doing.
He told the truth.
Yeah.
So the brand is looking out for the brand. It's like, oh my God, now the people know. But if you get Campbell soup and you really think that's really good chicken in that soup, shame on you.
It probably was like 15, maybe 20, 30 years ago. It probably was.
Food's a different period nowadays. And, I have to say, it's a blessing and a curse. So I have a gluten allergy, a true gluten allergy, and I can't eat a lot of foods because they have, gluten in it. And all that is really a wheat based product. It prevents me from eating a lot of that garbage. I have to be very conscious of what I eat. I literally go and read all the labels to see that it does not have any wheat in it. And then also you get to know all the other things that they put in these foods. So I tend to stay away from a lot of that stuff, but you have to pay attention to what you're putting into your body. This is why I believe we have such high rates of cancer and disease in this country, because of all the stuff they are pumping into our foods, into our water.
There is a lawsuit going on from, I forgot what brand it is. I forgot the people, they're suing some, either the company or the government because of the allowing of all the preservatives, all the junk that's in the food. That was just released yesterday or this morning. So, but yeah, on the food subject, the Campbell, and then you saw all the memes online about the Campbell soup and all that stuff. So it was quite interesting that you would bring that.
Poor people aren't even buying that soup.
Yeah, poor people don't buy it.
Like, let's just be honest. Like, they're not buying it. I mean, I don't know if Charlene says he was intoxicated. People will say stuff. I get that. But at the
people
end of the
tell
day,
the truth when they're intoxicated.
Like how many of us are actually buying Campbell soup? Like, I haven't bought Campbell soup, and I don't know when.
I couldn't tell you the last time.
Let's just be honest. Like, all of us, like, oh my gosh, like, but do you even buy it? Like, I don't even buy Campbell soup. Like, seriously. I mean, I get it. I get it. I mean, people. Sometimes I have to wonder, though. Sometimes I have to wonder when people talk about stuff. It's like, I get that you're outraged, but really, how? Like, is this really impacting you? Because you're mad about this, but yet and still you just bought XYZ. Like you're still in the same boat. Like you. Exactly. I'm gonna jump on this train and be upset about it, but you're not really upset about it. When I do my chicken and dumplings. Yeah, I get my own chicken. Now I'm not getting my own chicken, but I get my own chicken. Yeah. And I put all that together, and then I make the chicken. So, like, we haven't done a canned soup, and I don't know. It's like, don't ask yourself. It's like, are you really upset about it? I mean, think about it. The number of people who get excited when the McRib comes back now. I'm like, I don't even know what, it's not even a rib, right?
I don't even know what it's made out of.
I think it's meat.
Something. And people are crazy excited when the McRib comes back every year. And I'm thinking, y'all eat that.
And the fact that people are still feeding their children nuggets.
Yes.
And those nuggets are made from pink slurry. Have y'all seen that stuff?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's pink slurry, and they process it. It looks disgusting, and then they put it together and sell it to children. And McDonald's uses all those places. Unless if I can't tell it's a piece of chicken, I'm not eating it.
Or like boneless wings. There are no boneless wings.
That's just
There are no boneless wings.
well, the funny part is that's just chunks of chicken breast. Is that if it's like, oh, we gotta get a popcorn chicken. Just the pieces of the breast that fell off and y'all eating it.
Yes.
And this is why I'm glad I can't eat any of that stuff anymore.
Shirley says, also, what about the Ocean Spray cranberry sauce cans filled with water?
I don't eat
What?
Yes, I heard about that.
Wait, what is
Well, people-
this?
There were people that bought cans of cranberry sauce. They went home to open the can to get ready for their Thanksgiving preparation, and all was in it was water.
Water.
Oh wow.
How'd that happen?
How did that,
Mhm.
man?
I don't like cranberry sauce, so it never bothers me.
What? You don't like cranberry sauce?
I love me some cranberry sauce. Oh,
Yeah, I'll pass.
yes. Jazzy
Cranberry
says,
sauce has always been disgusting to me. If you like, especially that out of that, that's the most disgusting thing to me.
You can make your own cranberry sauce.
Little
Yeah, it's so
gelatin,
good.
little hunk of gelatin.
I mean, it
rolling
takes a while
around
to
in
get
there.
there.
I can't
Yeah.
even eat. I can now. I figured out I can't eat cranberries. I'm allergic to cranberries.
Really?
Oh.
Anyway, Jazzy says, I always used to pick out the chicken in that soup. She knew instinctively way back then there was something wrong with this mysterious chicken. Shirley says also, what about the ocean? Okay, let that one. And she said that part, Jazzy says, and then Brian says, come on now. And groupthink is very real. Wow. So that was yeah. Those are some good topics.
The bad part about food now in America, because of the idiots that are in charge, you don't, unless someone's saying it on social media, you don't know the recalls that are out there.
No,
Yeah.
you don't know.
Because they're not talking about the
They're not
recalls.
announcing it any longer.
And then they just now I'm laughing because now they're approving all of this artificial stuff to be put on your food to preserve the life. I was like, I thought this was a group that said we're going to get away from all that. So the FDA just approved all of these chemicals to be put on your food.
Yeah,
I said, I'm going to need a farm.
It's
I
dangerous.
need a farm. My backyard is not going big enough.
But you notice that everything that they're doing is to unalive us. Everything.
Pretty much.
Between not getting your vaccinations, not doing. I mean, it is one thing allowing the chemicals in the food. They said the Americans are more unhealthy than they've been in a long time, in generations. So,
see, I don't know if it's just
not in my house.
I don't know if it's just unaliving us. Here's how I see it. There's a lot of short-sightedness here, that there is somebody who wants to make money in this moment, and they completely forget, if you don't have customers to sell it to, i.e. the people who are eating your toxic stuff, who are you gonna sell it to?
Yeah.
It's the short-sightedness of it, right?
Short-sighted.
And the people who supposedly are so small government got a lot of decisions and a lot of things to say all of a sudden in every single facet of life. But here's the deal. You don't have to buy what they're selling. Get yourself to the local farmer's market. Get your local farmer, grow your own food in your backyard. We act as if, not us, because we're in the echo chamber. Hello. We act as if, that we can get our own gardens. You have options.
Yes,
if there's ever a time to get to a community garden, find your local farmers market, and change your behavior, it's going to be 2026.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy what they're pushing. That's a choice.
The other thing too is, with these gardens,
the church say amen.
When you pick your crops, you can freeze a lot of stuff. Like, all right, I don't have a backyard to grow stuff, but like one of my neighbors, they grew tomatoes and peppers on their balcony this summer.
Yeah,
and I'm sure, right? And like my mom, I grew up. Our backyard, we always had a garden, so we always had like peppers and what y'all call spinach, we call callaloo, beans, tomatoes, cucumbers. Like the peppers, I would freeze them I still have peppers from from over the summer. I actually have some hot peppers from last summer. Because Ronald can't really eat hot peppers. I don't really cook a lot with it, but when I want to use them, I just pop one out and put in what I'm going to use. There are ways to you can can certain things like tomatoes and stuff like that. So use those type of resources. You don't have to go out and buy these chemically produced products. Live off the land.
This is why I love the farmers market. Like Gwendolyn said,
Yeah.
the farmers market. I'm in Jersey right now, but when you're in New York
Tons
City,
of farmers markets.
in New York City, there are so many farmer markets. Like on Wednesday, Union Square. You can go up to downtown. You got in Brooklyn on Saturdays. I mean, there's so many places you can get farmer food. They literally come down these big trucks all the way from the Catskills, the Adirondacks, into the main cities and sell their products. And no pesticides and no this and no that and just stay healthy. I mean,
Delaware's big for that. Jersey's big for that.
Corporations are not for the people.
Houston has a lot. Houston, and I mean, we have some in Arlington, but Houston has a lot of, and I see Jazzy's comment about the Black farmers. Houston has a lot of local Black farmers who are giving classes, and there are a number of community gardens that are feeding the community. So if they can't get to the store, they can walk over there, pay $2 or $3 way below market for fresh food. This is it. Like we've been saying it last year, we're gonna say it this year. So you need your community. Now you can get you a local farmer or grow your own stuff. There's a lot of videos on YouTube. You can do it in your apartment. You can do it in your backyard. It doesn't have to be huge, but we've been saying it. I don't know. Sometimes Black folks know some shit. You know what I'm saying? So you need to jump on this trend and change your behavior. Change your behavior. Start growing your own food, and then whatever you cannot grow, get it from somebody else.
Yeah. Make it a hobby, something you like to do on the side, just like painting or whatever, make gardening a thing.
That's why I have it in my backyard.
That's
my daughter was like, I need some rosemary. I said, go cut it off the bush in the backyard. You need some things still out there.
How is your garden? We haven't heard any of your wisdom from the garden.
It's been doing fine. It's still collard greens back there. I learned not to just pull them out of the ground. Leave them out. Let them be so that they can have a collard greens come January.
Okay.
It won't have any because they're the way they grow. So during that time of year, you don't see where there are no bugs eating on because there's no bugs out there.
Right.
So you have these amazing collard green leaves. And I watch these videos with people, these gigantic collard greens. Like, what did they put on those greens? I want to know. That doesn't
Well, it also depends on the soil that you have, I mean, they're probably out in fertile, rich areas in the Midwest or somewhere. The soil depends on the different regions. So different regions will produce different bounties of crops and sizes of crops.
Yeah, because of my yard, I actually go out every year and like replenish the soil because that was the whole thing about crop rotation, right?
Yes.
You couldn't keep using the same soil for the same crops all the time.
Yep.
Now that herb garden, it's a mind of its own. That rosemary is like if you ever do rosemary, you will have rosemary for life.
Or mint or dill.
Because they're weeds.
They're weeds. Basil.
So rosemary.
Yeah.
Rosemary is year round. It doesn't die. It's an evergreen. So you can go and get fresh rosemary out of your garden in the wintertime. You
have to be careful with those because they spread and they can take a whole entire yard over.
So what I did this year was I have an electric saw. I went out and trimmed it. I am handy now. I'll go out there. I'll take an electric saw or something. So I had an electric trimmer. So I just went out the rosemary back because it was getting so big because it turns into a tree.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, rosemary turns into a tree.
Smells beautiful. Real quick, Ron, can you bring up Cass's comment?
Yes.
That very last part, that start bartering veggies and fruits. I get that people think of money and they think of like physical cash. There are other ways to pay for things. Right, you can trade. You can trade. You can barter. I'll give you the sweet potato pie for a couple of XYZ. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Get back
what
to
my
your
daughter
roots.
talks about.
Get
That one
back
in
to the
Texas. My
basics.
daughter in Texas talks about that all the time. She said, "Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to us, like bartering and with each other, and say, I do this, I bake well." So
Well, not that. Like someone can have someone that is raising chickens, and then someone has a tomato farm. You just barter those two, like exchange. I mean, I got the eggs you want. You got the tomatoes I want.
Can I take us back to Puerto Rico with the chickens and the roosters
running wild everywhere?
Oh my God. They were everywhere. I was like, we were hearing they were croaking. Everywhere you drove, there were roosters running out or chickens. And I said, this is
same thing in Hawaii. But I think that's common for a lot of Caribbean islands, and then also in the South you tend to find a lot of that as well.
Yeah, because Houston got a lot of chickens. Like a lot of chickens.
They don't have anything in them. They just catch that bird.
I was like, is that new? Because I'm used to that. I'm used to that from where I grew up. Our neighbors had chickens. Hell, we had chickens. I had a rooster.
We had chickens.
You had a rooster?
I had a rooster. I was in junior high school. I had a rooster.
A pet, he said a pet
and he would his name was Louis. He would get up and he'd crow in the morning. So that's not abnormal to see chickens and whatnot.
You just took Ron out.
I shared this video a couple days ago, but there was a goat here in North Texas that had gotten out and got arrested. The goat got arrested. Yes. There was a goat. He got arrested. The cops took the goat.
Wait, how do you arrest a goat?
How do you arrest
He had the right to remain silent and read him his rights and all the things. It really was. I mean, goats will go back home. They really will. But since he was there, and he got in the car, he opened the door and the goat got in the car.
They're lucky he didn't start eating the car because ghosts will eat anything.
Yes, they will.
Anything.
Yes.
Ron is over there cracking up about that rooster.
The rooster, and then she transitioned into the goat.
There's a lot of farm animals up here, or should say, up North Texas, South Texas. There's a lot of farm animals. Yes.
I did not realize that was such arresting a goat. That was good. Priceless.
The last time my husband and I went to New York, we went out to, is it Brownsville, somewhere off the James J train somewhere. And up there there's a place up there that sells livestock. Like the chickens are in there. You can go in there and buy you a chicken. You can go in there and buy you some beef. They had some cows in there too. They were alive walking around. My husband was like, wait a minute. I was like, yeah, take a picture. It made us think about Cleveland, because when we grew up in Cleveland, they had places like that. His mother would go and buy her fresh turkey, pick the turkey out, and they would kill it. So, we had, like I told y'all, we had a hog. His name was Chester. Chester would come just like to the gate when you call him, he'd come. So my daddy decided, Chester was big.
It was time to eat Chester.
It was time.
Well, we didn't eat him. We were telling him. My father called him to the gate, to the thing. He came over. We were like, run! He's gonna kill you. He's gonna kill you. Run. He killed Chester. He had to give Chester away because we were like, we are not eating Chester. You lost your mind.
Wait, so why even bother kill him though?
Don't kill
Chester. If you want to eat him.
I guess he thought. I don't know why he thought his children would eat anything.
I had a professor in college. I'll never forget him in Philadelphia. He lived not too far from the school, but him and his family would not eat anything that they could not raise in their backyard. They had rabbits, they had chickens, and they grew their own fruits and vegetables. And that's how they survived. They did not believe in going to the supermarket to buy things. They literally lived off the land. And a lot of people still do that. And we might have to get back to that.
Yes. Yeah, in retrospect, we need to go back because they're gonna kill us whenever they get there.
He said, "Run, Chester,
Man,
run."
that was hilarious. That was the best way.
He didn't listen. He was too obedient. I say, run.
Chester did not run. He did not
Chester
run.
Didn't run. We tried. We did everything.
He should have been like the goat.
Run, Chester, run.
Well, you train them. They're just like dogs, and they're just like
Yeah.
dogs. They come to you just like a dog. When you call his name, he comes. He knows his name. He knew his name. My father, like, we like, I don't know what you gonna do with him. But we not eating that.
Anyway, this is a good way to end.
Poor
This
Chester.
is a good one. Poor Chester.
Poor
I'm now I'm gonna
Chester.
think about Chester all day. Poor Chester.
Look,
Anyway.
run.
Run, Chester, run.
Run. He's gonna kill you. You don't know what that means. He's gonna kill you.
Daddy's gonna get you. Daddy's gonna get you.
Daddy's gonna kill you.
So man, you can join our community. We have on our YouTube community photography, text postings, and conversations all in our community. So you can just do that on the YouTube channel. You can go there, and that will be listed there for you to participate. Also, today and tomorrow, we wanted to make sure that we had a listing of all of our businesses that are here in the community. So if you have a business, send that to me in the community. You can text it and put it in the community, and then we're gonna put it together. And then on Friday we'll be able to share it on our Focus Friday. Okay, so we'll do that. So if you have a business that you want us to support and to share in these wonderful cyber communities, let's do that. Also, without further ado, make sure you join the email listing. Just go to ronlewisphotos.com. You can do that. Also, I'm an event photographer. So if you're looking for an event photographer, reach out to me through Ron Lewis Photos. And then last but not least, thank you, Patreon members. Your support helps us create amazing content. And we have an amazing Patreon community. If you want to become a part of the Patreon community, all you have to do is scan that wonderful QR code in the top of your screen there, and you can become a member and support. This is how we stay on and do the things we do here. Okay, and I'm going to leave that on the screen for you, and I think that is it. Any last words from this wonderful crew?
So
Anyway.
I don't know if you all who saw my story this week and saw my crochet, my tree.
You
I
crocheted
missed that.
The one is one tree with two stories. And so
I said,
it
oh,
has
look at that.
sides to it. I didn't put it in my post. I just put it in the stories. I didn't traumatize the world with all the elements that could have been on it. But it's based on strange fruit.
Oh.
And something that my father told me when I was a child. So it's based on that. And then
Okay.
I'm working on some other crochet elements to the project that's going to be a part of. I've been crocheting crazy stuff.
You are
And
really,
right now, I have-
diving into crocheting.
So yeah, and so crocheting and the idea of quilting, but because I had a lot of colors left over, and so that quilting became a conversation between the ancestors and the divine and my on what could be in there that represents the history of our people. And so I even learned how to crochet the continent of Africa.
Really?
Oh,
Oh, I can't wait to
I want to see that one.
You,
It's all of the things that look. Hold on a second.
Miss
She's
Elise,
on a
I'm gonna
mission.
do all of that.
Yeah,
She
she's
is.
on a mission. She is. I mean, she's been doing her crocheting and just doing all kinds of stuff with it. Where she's going.
So I'm going to show you Africa. I think I took the other one upstairs. I don't know. So this is Africa.
Oh.
That's the island that's on the side. One of the islands on the side. So the bigger one.
Okay.
And I did it so that it's actually like when you turn it, it's actually Africa. Like, you know, and it's good because you all see the reverse because
Yeah, we see the reverse.
It looks like Africa. Right? And I think I have
I'm just doing diamond painting.
I'm just being a photographer.
it's crazy, but you know, my mind is like one of those things that you have to turn off. And I don't know. This is my tree.
Oh.
Oh.
So it's one tree with 2 stories.
Oh.
That's why one side has the green on it, and the other side has a lot of other stuff on it.
Mm.
So, and it's all gonna be all that's gonna be put in one project.
Okay.
Do you think you'll be framing some of your crochets and projects and
So this one, I'm gonna actually stitch those together for the continent of Africa. I got burlap from an Ethiopian coffee shop because I wanted to incorporate burlap into the project because of the history of burlap in our community. So most people. So if you know, our ancestors had to make clothes out of sackcloth, and burlap was one of those things. And so I wanted to incorporate that in there. It started out only going to be yarn, and now it's like the world.
Okay.
And so on the food side right now, I'm making salmon jerky in my oven.
Ooh, now that sounds delicious. Okay, we're out of here, guys. Thank you so much. Gwendolyn, did you have anything? Gwendolyn, you have something coming up on Friday, your show.
Yep.
Right? You want to talk about that quickly?
We got Girl Listen, and then we're going to be on Indie Soup Media, so head over there Friday night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm back on Indie Soup Media on Fridays again. We had the season premiere of Safe Space last week Friday, so go over to Indie Soup and watch the season premiere. And then we have another episode this Friday with Wilbur Pack Jr. So definitely go check that out. 9 p.m. Indie Soup Media.
Indie Soup Media. Let's support it. Let's support the platform. Share it with our friends and family. Indie Soup Media. Also, we do our repeats on Indie Soup Media in the evenings. So, what is Elise doing? What is that?
My crown.
Come on now.
What is Elise doing? This is, it's interesting when you see Elise in her creative mode. Her personality changes a little bit. It's like she becomes a kid.
That's where you find your peace. I mean, you have to have something that gives you peace. That's not. People have asked me when they've seen some of my crochet, you consider selling it. I don't know, but right now, the project that I showed you all parts of is a project that's really personally for me. And I will share it when I put it all together. But it really is something that I'm working on for myself.
Nice.
Yes, Dr. Tachi. Sorry, and NView Health. Check out NView Health over on Indie Soup Media. They come on at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And
we're gonna have them on here at some point. Yeah, so that'll be good.
Is that on Fridays or?
That's on Fridays. Yeah. Okay. This is a Friday community on here.
Yes, our Friday.
We run Fridays.
I see.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. And guys, have a wonderful hump day. It's Wednesday. Do something wonderful. You know how I feel about hump days. Take some time, look in the mirror, and tell yourself, I love you. Tell yourself that. It's so important that you tell yourself you love yourself. Take that moment and do something that makes you happy.
Yes.
We're out of here. Thank you guys for joining us today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.